Psalm 86 is a heartfelt prayer of David, filled with humility, dependence, and trust in God's mercy. Unlike psalms of praise or thanksgiving, this one is deeply personal. It is the cry of a servant to his master, admitting weakness, asking for help, and declaring confidence in God's love. It begins with David pleading, "Hear me, Lord, for I am poor and needy." The tone is clear, complete reliance on God. David does not approach with pride or strength, but with humility. True prayer begins with honesty before the Lord. He asks God to guard his life, save him, and show mercy. His confidence is not in his position as king or his armies, but in God himself. He knows the Lord is forgiving, good, and abounding in love to all who call on him. His prayer rests on God's character, not his own merit. David also asks God to teach him his ways. He prays, "Give me an undivided heart, that I may fear your name." Prayer is not only about asking for rescue, but about seeking transformation. David wants to walk in faithfulness and wholehearted devotion. The psalm weaves between petitions and praise. David proclaims, "Among the gods there is none like you, Lord." While nations worship false gods, David knows the Lord alone is worthy of honor. He looks forward to the day when all nations will worship him and glorify his name. Even in hardship, David anchors his hope in God's unchanging nature. "You, Lord, are compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness." These words echo God's own self-description in Exodus, reminding us that his mercy never fails. Near the end, David asks for a sign of God's goodness, a display that will show his enemies that the Lord is with him. This is not about pride, but about God's vindication, proving his faithfulness to his servant. Psalm 86 closes as it began with humble dependence and confident trust. David admits his weakness, but clings to God's strength. He knows the Lord alone is great and does wondrous things. The message of Psalm 86 is practical for us today. It teaches us to pray honestly, to lean on God's mercy, to seek his guidance, and to find confidence in his love. When we feel poor and needy, we can call on him. When our hearts are divided, we can ask him to make them whole. When life feels overwhelming, we can trust his compassion. Psalm 86 is David's prayer, but it can also be ours, a reminder that God is faithful, gracious, and always near to those who call on his name.